The two of us walk in silence, even more so than Sayori on her bad days. But her presence next to me is comforting. I guess misery loves company. Or does the company make misery less miserable? Either way, it's nice to have her around. Now it would be nice if I could get her to talk a bit more. She looks oddly stressed out. Something on your mind?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
When they say it's nothing, it's probably something. No one here is going to hurt you if something is on your mind.
I don't want to talk about it.
This doesn't sound like you, Yuri. I know you're shy and not the most social of people, but I know you're not scared.
What makes you say that?
It's what I see in you. I'm sorry if I creeped you out a bit.
It's quite all right, Howie.
So what does seem to be the problem? Are you scared of hospitals?
Yes. I don't have the best memories of them.
Well, they're not exactly the happiest place on earth. I was born in one and cried for hours. Yuri couldn't help but snicker just a little.
So was I. But I just never imagined I would be in one again, let alone see someone in the same shoes I once was in.
What do you mean?
I'll explain it later. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts on what to tell Sayori.
Yuri goes quiet. The rest of the walk goes by slower, as if time wants to remind me of the awkwardness of this situation. Eventually, we arrived at the hospital. The receptionist greets us, and I give Yuri a rundown of the hospital rules. I'll watch your stuff, Yuri. You go on ahead.
What room is she in?
404. Fourth one down the hall on the fourth floor. Yuri leaves. I sit down with her bag by my side. Her visit wasn't as long as I hoped for. I guess when Yuri has something on her mind, she doesn't waste time.
I'm back. Would you like to go visit her?
Sure. I set my stuff down and head towards her room. I imagine things will mostly be like yesterday. However, I need to talk to Sayori about what I saw last night. I know she might not want to talk about it, but at this point it doesn't matter. I approach her door again. I knock quietly. Knock knock, guess who?
Who?
It's Hallie.
Howie's not here.
That's because he's standing outside the door. I hear the door open with Sayori greeting me with her trademarked smile. I hear the door open? I guess Sayori's opening it. Her eyes, however, seem tired. Yeah. There's lots to talk about.
So how was your day?
It was interesting. Do I really tell her what happened at the club? I mean, I'm sure she's going to find out at one point or another. Do I just spare her the details now or not? I should just bite the bullet. You can always try again. About that, Sayori,
What's wrong, Howie? Did something happen?
how do I put this?
Just say it straight. My doctor says it helps. Doctors say it helps, rather.
Right. Natsuki marched out of the club in a fit of rage.
You mean she left the club?
I believe so, unfortunately.
Then that leaves the club with only 3 members. And that means...
Well, no, there's 4. MG joined. Don't worry about it. The festival's around the corner. Surely we'll draw in some new members to make up for our losses.
You say that like Natsuki never mattered to the club.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the festival will be the perfect chance to show everyone what the Literature Club really is about.
You sound like Monica when you say it like that.
You're not wrong there. I wasn't saying it like that, though.
What were you saying?
That things will be alright. We'll make this work out even with Natsuki's absence.
Oh,
Sayori's smile seems to have faded, despite the good news. It pains me even more to consider mentioning the news I saw. But then again, I imagine she's mentioned her suicidal thoughts to her doctors. Even though I know I will jump back in time, I still feel this anxiety swell up inside. I have to. If not now, then when? Sayori, there's something I need to ask.
what is it?
When I was cleaning around your room, I found a noose lying around. I tossed it as soon as I found it.
That's a good thing, Howie.
I know. I'm just so scared that I came so close to losing you. If I didn't do what I did, I would have lost my mind. I worry about you too much.
Don't beat yourself up over those things. I now realize you had your reasons, even if they were unreasonable and just not you.
Unreasonable reasons.
In a way, I can't blame you. I would have done the same for you.
I know you would.
Well, I'm glad that part is over.
Which brings me to my next point. I did find your diary last night. I didn't pop it open, but what disturbs me is...
Oh no. You found...
Yeah.
Hmm. Don't worry about it. I'm far away from it and getting the help I need. Just throw it away and pretend you never saw it.
Okay. It's almost 6 o'clock. Maybe it's better if I leave.
Oh no, you can stay. I don't have anything else planned for today. You can stay until they kick you out. Besides, I don't have anyone else here.
So, are you making any friends during your time here?
There's people I talk to, but nothing like a friend.
You just met them. Give it some time. You're probably just comparing them to the literature club. If I've learned anything from you, it's that I shouldn't take my friends for granted and look at them only at face value. I shan't mean a lot to them for you to be a part of their group. Ugh, excuse me. Just give it more time.
What makes you so sure?
I just know. You still trust me, right, Sayori?
Yeah. Can we talk about something else?
Of course. We talk for what feels like hours. We both forget about the club and her depression and even the news for a moment in time. For once I see a side of Sayori I haven't seen in years. I got so caught up talking to her, I almost didn't notice the knocking at the door. I go open the door.
Visiting hours are over.
Already?
All right. I'll see you tomorrow, Sayori. I leave Sayori a kiss on the forehead and a goodbye. So I'm not sure what she was so worried about with him finding the diary, because he already brought up the news before that, so it couldn't be that, right? Like, yeah, maybe they'll elaborate in a little bit here. I walk over to Yuri, reading more of her book. Hey, I'm ready to go. How about you?
Of course.
Do you mind if I came over to your place? We could talk more about that book.
You know, the company doesn't sound bad, actually.
So yes?
Mm-hmm.
Lead the way, Yuri. We both headed out the door.
Here we are. Don't mind the mess when we get indoors.
Gosh, Yuri, your house looks an awful lot like Sayori's, but mirrored.
I just wasn't expecting company today. Feel free to make yourself at home.
Don't worry. I'll be fine, mess or no mess. It's so nice and organized in here. Everything's so aligned and sorted. I don't see a mess. What are you talking about?
Modesty is a virtue. I always try to imagine myself as a guest in my own home.
Right.
Anyway, before we start, would you care for some tea?
I would love some.
Do you have a preference?
Chai, Earl Grey. Oh no, she's saying this. My god.
Chai, Earl Grey, Oolong, Lady Grey?
I don't really have one. I'll just have what you'll be having.
All right then.
Yuri walks off to prepare some tea. For a timid person, she's a good hostess. I take a seat on her couch and look around. I came all this way. I don't want it to be for nothing. Yuri comes back with a pitcher of tea and 2 cups.
Here you go. I hope this isn't too strong for you. I don't buy store-brand tea, so I make it to my preference.
I'm sure I can handle it. It's your house, your rules. I won't judge you on that.
If you say so, Hallie. Where did you want to start?
How do you stay so calm? I know you mentioned practicing rational thought. Well, I would have cursed Natsuki out if I were in your shoes. Did she mention that to you in this timeline, bro?
Each morning I remind myself that people can be, deceiving, ill-built, stubborn, and so on. With that, I am able to go with the flow.
I get that, but I'm still going to get angry. I can't just bottle it up, right?
That is true. However, you shouldn't view your feelings as finite states. Your emotions ebb and flow like the waves of the ocean. They'll pass in due time. I understand Natsuki isn't too keen with what I prefer to read. I did my best to reason with her, but what she does is her prerogative.
So you just don't care?
I wouldn't word it like that. Apathy is a vice, and I would not want to view people like that. I just lower my expectations.
I see. So should I accept the possibility that despite all my efforts, Sari still might take her life?
As much as I don't want to say it, yes. Death comes for everyone, and we don't know when he will show up at our doorstep. I understand you don't want her to die. However, she's not immortal. And neither are you, or Monica, or myself. Everything has an end to it.
I wouldn't want to lose her and live an entire life sulking, thinking of ways I could have saved her.
I understand. But do you truly know if Sayori will go through with it? She is getting the help she needs. How can you be so sure when you don't know the full roadmap of your own life? It's like putting a book down early because the story didn't captivate you soon enough when it gets interesting later.
I know because I've seen it happen, Yuri. I have seen the beginning and the ending of the story, and the ending is terrible. No matter how many times I try to change the outcome, I just keep coming back to the same result. My entire life is the epitome of insanity. Sayori always dies.
So what you're saying is that you have traveled back in time to try and save Sayori from taking her life? And yet you find yourself unable to.
Exactly.
As unlikely as I find this, let's humor this idea. Supposing you are stuck in a time loop and your memories have carried over from each previous one, do you not think you are being offered the chance to champion your fate? And yet you can't seem to figure out how to champion it?
Are you implying I'm not supposed to save her? That I'm supposed to let her die?
Not at all, Hallie. What I am saying, however, is to not look at your life so objectively. Each trial and tribulation you encounter has significance.
So what am I supposed to do?
If there is nothing that can be done, cherish the last moments you have with her, and carry her memory when her time comes.
Can we change the topic? I don't want to think about this anymore.
Very well. Would you like to take this time to do homework? A puzzle or homework usually clears my mind.
I already finished mine. I worked on it during class.
Really?
Even the teachers were impressed. Maybe I could help you?
If I find myself unable to, then I will ask for your assistance.
So I'm just gonna sit here for an hour doing nothing?
You're more than welcome to look through my library.
Alright. I stand up and pursue through her bookshelf. I think you meant peruse, but that's okay. That's an easy typo to make. You swapped the S and the U. Various novels, just phasing through me with nothing of interest in any of them. Wait, let me start that sentence. I stand up and peruse through her bookshelf. Various novels just phasing through me with nothing of interest in any of them. Okay. I settle on a familiar book that I'm bored to death of. I decide to open it again, hopefully finding something of value this time. That comma should be a period, just so you know. I can hear Yuri's quiet hums and whispers. Time passes and Yuri looks up.
What do you make of it?
As many times as I have read this, nothing still makes sense. I've lost track at this point. It's just a messy blur of words and sentences.
With books like that, or with books like what you're reading, I tend to read a small section and then break down what they might mean. You have to ponder on what they're taking in.
She told you this once before, bro. I know that. I just wish I could find something. I'm so tired of getting nothing.
Hallie, there are no guarantees in life. And expecting more than what nature provides you will cause suffering.
So you just want me to sit here with my thumbs up my ass and do nothing?
Forcing yourself to get something that's out of reach won't do you any good. Let's go back to our lesson from earlier. What are you to learn if you're lost?
If I'm lost, I should be able to find my way out.
And what should you be able to do when you are out?
Help those who are lost.
You see?
But how am I supposed to get out then?
I think you're starting to find the way out already. You must always strive to make observations and learn the logic of the universe. Only then will everything else fall into place.
So after all of this, you've made my case for me. It's always been about how I choose to react to the events around me. To be a witness to the world around me. Observing the choices I make, or my failure to make them.
I think you're starting to understand this more.
Right.
Oh my, where are my manners? Would you care to have some dinner?
Oh, there's no need to. I'll be fine.
You are my guest. I insist. Besides, a warm meal usually relaxes me. You still looked a bit stressed.
All right. What do you have in mind?
Well, I do have leftover bell peppers and beef. I would whip something up, but...
Don't worry about it, Yuri. You said to go with the flow of things. Leftovers may be the path of least resistance.
You're right. I think you're starting to get it.
Also...
Yes?
Is there beef in this dish?
Hallie. It's in the name.
I'm just teasing you, Yuri.
It just seemed like such a weird question to ask. A bit of a waste to ask if you want to know the truth.
I'm sure people ask for no bananas on their banana splits. Some people are just dumb like that.
Anyways, I'm going to prepare some leftovers for dinner then.
I'll help you out.
That's really sweet of you, but I can handle this. You just relax.
Yuri walks over to the kitchen. I really do admire how she's able to stay so calm and reserved. Something I find myself lacking. In a way, she really is like a mother. Maybe it's just me falling for her, but I can't let myself get distracted. Yuri is still my priority.
Dinner's ready.
And dinner smells wonderful.
It's my speciality. Although it's not as good as it could be.
Why's that?
Heating food back up makes it lose some of its flavor.
Don't need the apostrophe whenever it is possessive. It'll be fine.
I know. It's just that the food critic in me isn't fond of it.
Yeah.
To each their own.
Hey, Yuri.
Yes?
Thank you. Despite everything today and all my worries for Sayori and the club, you still helped me find happiness.
Of course. True happiness is about being in harmony with nature. If the club was never meant to be, then that's the nature of things.
It's strange thinking about it like that. It's like nothing truly matters.
Monica's Literature Club is one out of hundreds out there in the world. The world isn't going to stop spinning because one literature club got disbanded.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's as I said before, everything has an end. From our lives to our time in school, our club, even to this very dinner we're having. But do not take it nihilistically. Instead, live as though you will die tomorrow, but learn as though you live forever.
I see. For someone who's so quiet, I never figured her to be such an interesting person. She fills a gap I've been missing in a way, and when this is all over, it will be gone, and there won't be anything left of it. We continue talking for hours. I look over at the clock and back at Yuri. Yuri, I stand up and look at her. Thank you for having me over. I won't forget this night.
You're welcome, Holly. I take it you're leaving now?
It's 2 in the morning. We still have school in the morning. Even if it was the weekend, I don't think I would want to stay the night. No offense to you, of course.
I understand. I want to thank you as well. I never get the chance to talk to anyone outside of school. I know I'm not the best at socializing, but when I do, I cherish every moment of it.
I can't help but blush. I don't know what to say. I appreciate it, Yuri. I will cherish today as well. See you tomorrow.
Wait. I know it isn't much, but I want to give you this.
Yuri hands me a small box. I open it to find tea packets inside. You don't have to, Yuri. A thank you is all I need.
It's a gift. A thank you for time well spent.
I decide not to deny her gift. She went through a lot of work for this. Thank you.
I wish you well, Holly.
Yeah, I'll be going now. Good night.
Farewell, and sweet dreams to you.
You too. I leave her house and start walking home. I look out into the starry sky. The earthy smell of Yuri's tea being my only companion. Remember thou art mortal. One day I will die. Will I? I have to. There is an end to everything. Right? There has to be an end. I'm overthinking this. I should sleep. It's morning again. Today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. All of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil. Monica asked if we could meet up and visit Sayori. I feel like that previous statement was a little oversimplified. The last time we were alone together, things didn't go well. I look over to my nightstand. I can see Sayori's diary staring back at me. Nope, I'm not going to look at you. I don't want to look inside. I go on about my business and get ready for school. I'll be out extra late so I don't have to look at you. I head out the door and go to school. School goes as it always does. I feel so drained. I thought things would be easier considering I know the answers to every test by memory. Anyway, time to go through with this.
Hallie, you showed up.
Why do you sound so surprised?
Well, you're the only one who showed up today.
What happened to Yuri?
She resigned. She said it wasn't her position to take.
So, that makes me vice president now?
I guess.
Until after the festival and we draw on new members, right?
I don't know if we can even do anything at this point. School won't recognize us as a club now.
Do you hear yourself? We can do this.
If this is the way things are meant to be, I'll have to disband the club. Perhaps there will be another time.
I guess there's no point to my vice presidency then. You're the president. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide the fate of the club. I just wish things didn't have to go south all because I decided to get Sayori the help she needed.
Are you suggesting this is your fault? Hallie, you did what was best for Sayori's sake. I'm not going to fault you for that.
But this is an unintended side effect. This club means a lot to her. She's going to be devastated to know it's gone.
Unfortunately, yes, but time goes on. We'll move on from this club and go on about our school lives.
Yeah. Are we still going to meet up Sunday despite everything?
It would mean the world to Sayori. I'm sure they'll understand and come along for her sake. So I would love to tag along. Well, seeing as there's nothing else to discuss, I think it's time to call this meeting to a close for the last time.
No need to feel so down about it. Like you said, there will be another time. That time will be Sunday.
So, ready to go?
Yeah. The two of us head out. It's weird saying goodbye to a little club like this.